It's toy time, it's toy time. 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 Hello, YouTubers, Toy Time Studio subscribers, and all online viewers. This is Danny Martinez here for Toy Time Studios, episode 41, unboxing number 30. And in this edition, we're going to be unboxing the Hot Toys 1/6 scale Marvel Spider-Man video game masterpieces Spider-Man in the Iron Spider armor. Now, specifically, this edition is from the video game itself. However, I will go over the origin of the Iron Spider armor, but I'll pass that off to someone that seems to like being a part of these episodes. You know him as the Red Eye Jedi. Take it away, Red Eye Jedi. Of the anti-equation. Iron Spider, all the rage all over town. Everyone's talking about the Iron Spider. Check. 3, 2, 1. Toy Time News. Straight from the Toy Time News desk. Iron Spider. Okay. Hello YouTubers and Toy Time Studio subscribers, welcome back. This is the Red Eye Jedi here, reporting for Toy Time News from the Toy Time News desk. You may be wondering, how did I get here? I filled out an application, Danny hired me. I didn't expect to be telling you the news, but here goes. The Iron Spider armor, aka Scarlet Spider armor, first appeared in Amazing Spider-Man number 529. Designed by Joe Quesada, based on a sketch by Chris Bachalo. The armor lasted until J. Michael Straczynski went back to the original costume. In the storyline, the Iron Spider armor was created by Tony Stark for Peter, leading up to and during the Civil War event, and in the Spider-Man storylines, it was called The Other. Peter abandoned when he joined the Secret Avengers, abandoning Tony along with the Iron Spider armor. It was later revealed that Stark kept an extra copy of the armor in his own facility, which coincidentally Mary Jane Watson used to save Tony and Peter from Regent while she was employed at Stark Enterprises. The three together defeated Regent and saved everyone else. Other individuals who wore the Iron Spider armor include Aaron Davis, aka the Prowler, Amadeus Cho, aka the totally incredible Awesome Hulk, Mary Jane Watson, as mentioned earlier, and Peter Parker. Now, The Iron Spider armor has showed up in multiple forms of media. For instance, on TV, the Ultimate Spider-Man animated series, Lego Marvel Superheroes Avengers Reassembled. In movies, the Iron Spider armor has shown up in the MCU, being the suit that Tony gave to Peter. Also tried to give Peter at first, and then Peter ended up using it once he needed it in space. So it showed up in Homecoming, at the end of Homecoming, Infinity War, Avengers Endgame, and Spider-Man Far From Home. Now, in the video games, it showed up all over the place in different forms, slight iterations or variants. For the Wii, Spider-Man Web of Shadows. It was an alternate suit in Marvel Ultimate Alliance, one of 3 alternate suits. Ultimate Alliance 2, it was Peter's only alternate suit. Spider-Man Shattered Dimensions and Spider-Man Edge of Time. It was an alternate suit for Spider-Man 2099. Marvel Capcom 3, Fate of Two Worlds, also an alternate suit. Marvel Avengers Ultimate Alliance, it was Spider-Man's final costume. It was referenced in Lego Marvel Superheroes. Amadeus Cho had the Iron Spider armor in Lego Marvel's Avengers downloadable content. Mary Jane Watson appears in Marvel Avengers Academy with the Iron Spider armor. Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite, an alternate costume. And last but not least, the Spider-Man 2018 video game. 2 different versions of the Iron Spider armor, both awesome, as well as every other suit and pretty much every feature of that Spider-Man game. As you can see, the Iron Spider armor is quite cool. In action, combined with the pincers, it makes for quite great gameplay, and it's amazing when you just swing freely and the camera angles change. It's breathtaking. Great job, next level. And there you have the Iron Spider armor in all its glory. Back to you, Dan. You scumbag. Just kidding. Thanks for giving me a job. Thanks, Red Eye Jedi. So there you have the origin from the comic books of the actual Iron Spider armor. I got a new toy, but not the type that I would be unboxing and showing you necessarily that goes with the collection. Decided to get a new rotating turntable stand. I was on Amazon Prime. I figured, hey, and quick delivery, worth it. 14-inch diameter, 44-pound maximum load. It was about $64 in tax. 360 degrees left or right. It takes about, I don't know how long to get around fully, but it feels like it moves decently at a decent pace and covers a decent amount of ground. We will be doing room tour episodes, and I have at least 2 room tours planned. One for the DMS Dan Cave and one for the DMS Gallery. But first, before I can do a room tour video, I have to unbox and open all of these boxes that I have compiled over the past about year or so, maybe year and a half. actually about 2 years. Uh, Lots of boxes, lots of hot toys for unboxing videos, as mentioned in the past. So when I said that I had a lot of videos unboxing planned, I meant it. I was being literal. Uh, oh, and I almost forgot. Out of all those boxes, I forgot Rocket and Groot on the side here. So, you know, we got episode 50 coming in the future. That one's going to be a super special episode. We're going to open something in that episode that we've been wanting to open for a long time, something big. And then episode 75 in the future, that one's going to be bonkers huge. I think possibly I'm going to do an hour video, possibly a 45-minute to an hour video on that one. It's going to be huge, huge, trust me. I'll leave that as a surprise as I give teasers eventually. We'll start episode 41. We purchased this at Zapp Comics in Wayne, New Jersey. Corey gave me a message, sent a picture. When it came in, I picked this up in about November 2020. He sent me a message, which would I like one put aside, so that way it would be on hold. And I said, absolutely. Uh, I love getting my hot toys from there, and they order things if it can be ordered. They are very very accommodating. Corey and Ben and the whole crew always help me out. I love it. I have a great time there all the time. Uh, like I said, one of my top two favorite LCS local comic shops. I always get my hot toys from there. They have more than hot toys. They have comics, old, back issues of all types, slabbed, unslabbed, new issues, tons of wall books, uh, action figures, old figures, vintage figures, Funko Pops, Japanese figures, manga books, manga figures, Japanese imports, uh, NECA figures, Marvel Select figures, piggy banks, dollar books. They even have like quarter books in like bins. They have trade paperbacks, graphic novels, statues. Um, big and small. They've got a little bit of everything covered. It's pretty awesome. I suggest you go there sometime. Check it out. It's in Wayne, New Jersey, on Valley Road, uh, not far from 46, Route 46 in New Jersey. Uh, definitely take a visit up there. Tell them I said hello, and now we can get started. All right. We're going to show you the box that it came in. The box that was inside the shipper box, because it's like another box inside of there, inside the box. It has the abbreviations on there. Hot Toys logo, made in China where they're based. VGM 38 for Video Game Masterpieces 38. Uh, Also, it says 1 6-figure MVSM Marvel Spider-Man game, Spider-Man SM, and then IS in parentheses Iron Spider. A barcode and US item number for, I don't know what that actually is for, but that's okay. Since the X-Acto blade is still missing in action, I still have my trusty knife, little short knife. Slash the top part there. Pretty good. Always makes it nice and easy. And episode 141 is underway. Has the usual cardboard piece to protect the packaging. The team always does a great job at Hot Toys. We'll put this on the side there. It has the plastic wrapping and also that the box is in the package. So we'll take this out. Drum roll, please. All right. So there you got that. Wrapped in the usual plastic. I already slice the tape off of that before just to save a little bit of time. Awesome. Look at that packaging. What a design. Very accurate to the Iron Spider armor. The visual right off the bat, off the front. Just dynamic pose, great detail, very realistic looking, uh, straight from the game. The Marvel Spider-Man video game logo, Spider-Man Iron Spider armor by his left foot there, Hot Toys logo on the bottom left, video game masterpieces on the middle of the bottom there, about halfway across from the opposite side of Hot Toys, say about the middle. Okay, really nice, really nice. There's some kind of like the background on the right side of it seems like some kind of web with all types of different images from the video game of Iron Spider. Pretty cool. And then the left part of it is just reddish with some tech looking nano type stuff. So let's take a look at the box, give it a spin, the package, and right off the bat you can see the web starts extending to the right side of the package along with the tendrils from the armor, and you can see some of the images there from the video game. As we get around to the back side, you can see the spider symbol on the top with some Hot Toys logo and other logos there, warning labels and a barcode. We'll get around to the left side of the box. Spider-Man Iron Spider armor. And then it says the initials and all that stuff with the spider symbol right in the middle, and then comes back around to the front. Awesome. Looks great. Now let's just keep it on the front side here, and it has a piece of tape on the top. We're going to slice that like usual. Makes it easier to keep the box intact. And another drum roll, please. Let's see what we got here. No window display? Oh, there is. Okay, here we go. Check it out. One display that I did not foresee. It opens up in the front. That looks awesome. A little complicated for a window display though. Not the easiest to open. It isn't like you could just slide it out and show someone before they buy it. They kind of have to open this whole thing, but it is a slipcase type of deal. It looks good though, and it has the cast and crew on the inside, which I'll show you right now. Look at that though. Amazing. Great job. Oh, the paint job must be awesome. I can tell already. A few accessories. Pretty cool. Okay, so I'll close this front piece again. It has a little magnetic feel that it just slaps back. And we'll open that flap up top. Gold background. All right, let's be careful. Okay, so it has the usual, a little bit more compact as far as the plastic packaging that is actually containing the figure itself, the stand, and everything else. I mean, this is pretty cool. Paint job is awesome. It has way more accessories than I thought it did at first. When I first looked at it through the window, I couldn't see. Now that it's lit, the side lighting really lights up all the back pieces in there. So you have your usual packaging, which is kind of layered. So on the back side, You have the tentacles that extend out from his back. In between that layer, that layer then has a layer. So the back layer is black plastic and has the tentacles, and then there's a layer on top of that to keep it in place. Then you have the base in between there, like a sandwich, with another layer on top of that, which then has a layer to keep the figure. It has a whole groove in there for the body itself, and then another layer to keep all the hands in place, and then a layer on top of all that to keep everything down and in place. The instructions are on the bottom there. I can see that already. Let's take a look, shall we? All right, so this time we'll start off with the instructions. Comes in the usual little plastic baggie, taped up. So we'll just unravel it a little bit, just to give you the basic layout. It's usually a fold-out type of instruction booklet. I hate these things. This is probably one of the most annoying things that annoy me besides the Red Eye Jedi. Okay, so you have the front page, and as usual, it opens out into like a four-parter. So it starts off with warnings of, basically where you're displaying it. You don't want it to be high temperature and humidity, or otherwise it will be damaged. So it starts off with A, showing exactly the maximum bend angles of the tentacles, each piece, each joint, showing all the basics, equipping the Iron Spider armor pincers. Okay, they're called pincers. All right. And then on the other side, you start off with the arm movement, the usual. That's always in everyone. Showing like, maximum angle. Try not to bend it past this point. Otherwise it might get damaged. Alright, so this is for the... I'm not going to use that part. For the webbing? Yeah, probably won't. Yeah, there's going to be some fragile tips. Alright, and it shows how the hand attaches or not to attach. Alright, so there's the basic layout. Now that we get that out of the way, now we can jump into showing you what's inside each level of the plastic. Okay, so now that we're done showing you the instructions, now we can get into the actual plastic casing and show you the levels to see what's in this piece, okay? And with all the accessories. So first, of course, slide them over a little. That back piece will slide right out. Okay, as you can see, the black piece in the back has the 3 pincers, and the back piece that they attach to, which then attaches to Spider-Man. And on the front level there, you can see these are the webbings that you can choose to shoot. That piece attaches to it. Those attach. There's also 8 extra hand attachments. I'm gonna mute it while I take this plastic level off. I just don't want the extra distortion, so that way we can see what it looks like without the plastic on it. Alright, really cool. Great paint job. Now I'm gonna feel it. Oh, it has it's like a combination. Paint job for the armor parts that you don't really need to bend or anything, and then like almost the same material, a little bit stretchy, not stretchy, but be resistant to snapping or breaking, and durable. Pretty cool material. And then you see the base under him and it has the hook. It has plenty of cushioning for him to rest comfortably. It has these pieces around the webbings just to keep it nice and organized and protected and separate. Really, really cool. The paint job on the pincers looks really cool also. Really good job. Man. This one you really can't mess up. I mean, being that it's a video game, uh, it's from a video game piece specifically. However, being from the comics, as we mentioned before, it's a pretty good in between. They adapted the original material into current modern time situations very nicely, I'd say. Let's take a closer look at it, give it an up and down, see what it looks like. Nice and easy, nice and slow. That way we could take in some of the details from the frontal view of it in the case here. We'll also take a nice even look at the pincers in the black casing with the back piece attachment that they attached to Spider-Man with. Let's take another closer look at those hands really quick, just so we could see the four other positionings that they have. There's also the attachments for the hands, two extra pieces. You never know. I mean, things happen. Sometimes things break. I've heard they're pretty good with taking care of customer complaints, questions, inquiries, and like say something maybe broke, something small, like with replacements and whatnot, if it was something that was damaged or didn't come correct on their end. Alright, so the next step is we're going to take it out. We're going to take out the base, take out the figure. I'm probably going to keep the hands on it as is. Because I like that positioning. I mean, I don't really mind it so much. Take all the plastic off, all the cushionings and whatnot, like usual, and then we'll set it up on our dope new display stand. We'll be back. All right, so we took all the plastic off, the cushionings out from in between the joints under the armpits, the little plastic pieces that were in between the armor and the joints were necessary. Essentially, these figures usually have like the equivalent to like boots, little baby booties, and little hand gloves, like a newborn would, like to prevent them from scratching their face. It's almost like that. Like it's kind of funny. It just is. That's the first thing I think of the way they're packaged. Um, so yeah, in a way, it kind of is a newborn because when you bring it home, it's like you bring a baby home from the hospital. Like you know. So we have the figure out. We're going to attach and take the base and do what we have to do with that. And then we have our base. It says Iron Spider Armor on the front as a title. And then you see the spider symbol on top with the background visual and the Marvel Spider-Man logo, video game logo on the bottom. Now we'll attach the pole that we showed you before. It's bendable. It does bend, uh, depending what pose you're going to do. That's why another reason why it came with this kind of display stand as opposed to some of the more generic ones we've seen with the hook that goes under the crotch groin area. The hook that it comes with is padded on the inside parts there for the waist, and then on the back, and it has a adjustable pull lever. Then there's on the back piece, you have a hole there Now, what it is there's a small screw that essentially has it tightened. You just have to get a small screwdriver, which I have somewhere nearby. I'll get it in a second. And then you just loosen it. You take the cap off right here, which comes off. Usually it twists off. Yeah, there you go. And it shouldn't really be an issue. Oh, it has a piece for the groin also on this one. Usually the older pieces like this don't have this bottom piece that goes up under the groin and the buttocks area. So let's see if it can fit without even using. Oh, all right, good. I don't even have to use the screwdriver then. So then you just keep on shimmying it down. Now you don't want to go down too far yet because I don't know where the figure, how it'll sit so far. So what I'll do is I'll just tighten the cap on top, and I think it's on. I don't think it's going anywhere. Okay. All right. So our base is 5/8 inches tall by itself, 5.5 inches wide, and 4 13/16 inches deep. With this hook pole, definitely adds more than it did with the usual ones we've been measuring. So we'll take a quick measure here, and it measures in at approximately 10 inches. 10 inches with the new structure type of display stand we're using for this one. We've got the hook. Everything's settled in nicely. And wow, this figure is dynamic. The feel of it is quite cool because there are some parts that feel just like Iron Man armor would for Hot Toys. And then there's some parts that feel kind of like the Black Panther suit. Like that latex, some functional fabric material that just is functional, durable, and highly resistant to many things, you would assume. Really good paint job on the Iron Man parts, the suit armor. Uh, really cool. I liked in particular this one, the design on the forearms to the wrists to the hands. Uh, it really covers where the attachments are, and it feels like ready to go already. That's why I'm not gonna really go with any of the other hands because I feel like he looks like he's loose and ready to jump into action or swing into action, I should say. So the figure itself, by himself, the figure stands in at 12 inches tall, 6 inches wide, left to right, and about 2 inches deep. Now I had to fiddle with the pole structure a little bit because I want it to be kind of back a bit so he looks a little limber. We're going to go over how to attach the attachment pieces, the pincers as they're called. We'll take a look at that right now. But first, we're going to give them a spin and take a look at our Iron Spider armor here. Now, as you can see, looks amazing. I mean, you can see the paint job, the way it shines. I mean, pretty good, pretty good adaptation of the armor I believe they might have been originally drawing inspiration from. And my only complaint, well, I'll tell you my only complaint, not even complaint. I'd say maybe my one wish, but really, really nice. We're gonna take a look at the at the attachment pieces now, and we'll give you a look at how those attach. Okay, so we're going to attempt to attach the back pieces, the pincers as they're called. So we're going to pull the lever to release a little. Now that we have the height where we want him a bit, I'm going to adjust this a little. All right. Now, on the back here, you see there's a piece right here that comes off. According to the instructions, now I'm a little confused. Alright, I'm going to look at the instructions one more time. Alright, so we figured out where the attachment piece comes off. It's easier to just shimmy it off. These shoulder pieces adjust a little, so then it makes it easier to get a little bit of leverage on these two pieces that extend close to the middle there, okay? So this comes off, and then this piece that came in the packaging goes right on top, right there. Alright, now I'm wondering how the pincer attachments are going to vibe with the display stand, the back part. Let's see. Okay, I'm just gonna stand them up for a second. Alright, he's fine right there. Just gotta make sure I don't make any sudden movements. So I've got my pieces ready, one at a time. I'll see how I want to attach them. I don't want to bend them too much either, because although they are supposed to bend a little, I don't think I want to, test them too much. That's definitely never... Okay, so we've got one here. And it just goes right in the back there. Right in the back. Alright, I'm going to lean him forward a little bit more, so that way he doesn't fall over from the added weight that is now being added to... Alright, screw it. I'm just going to hold on to him. Okay, so now I'm going to lay him down for a second. Nice and easy. Okay, this is the second of three. This piece is much easier to bend. However, oh, so are these. These are pretty easy. Okay. I'm still trying to be fragile with it. I don't want to mess anything up. It goes in pretty easy once it's in there. I'm going to adjust the shoulder pads again now. Okay. Whoa. Alright, this one came off. So I'm going to add it again. Oh, alright. Once it's in for sure, you feel it snap in. So, there you go. Now it's in. Oh, that's awesome. So far, alright. I've got one. Wow, that's going to be a lot of space. Now, display-wise, this is what was going to become an issue. I was gonna I usually display most of these figures kind of basic, just for purposes of saving space, because if I go crazy with all the attachments, I would need eventually a whole room just for these, and shelving and different requirements, and like spacing wise. However, for this one, kind of have to have the attachments. I mean, if I'm not gonna have the webbing and all that stuff, I might as well have the pincers. So I'm going to attach the third one right now. And as you can see, go right in the hole. Alright, it's in. Alright, they are all in. Oh, wow. Okay. Now, turns out, I don't believe this will interfere. Ooh, oh, alright. The backing does not interfere at all with it. That is awesome. Wow. Okay, that's pretty sick. I'm sure I'm gonna have to just reposition it a little bit, I bet. But so far very impressive. I mean, wow, with the tendrils, it just jumped it up a whole nother level. I can't believe it. Alright, let's take a, now that those pieces are on, we'll swing it on back and give it another little more detailed look. I'm very impressed. Alright, so here we're going to take a 360 look. Now with the pincers attached, wow, I mean, it adds a lot of depth, it adds a lot of height, and it definitely adds a whole bunch of width. The wingspan becomes much wider. So let's take a look, give it a spin. The pincers really add a whole nother level. I mean, and with the red and gold, I mean, they just stands out. It's really, really amazing. They did a great job. It's I'm probably gonna have to adjust the back a little bit there, which is fine. But whoa, I mean, it's pretty wild. I decided to adjust a little bit. I had it spread out a little bit more. The more spread out it is, the more impressive it is. With the, you can really do. It makes me think of Doctor Octopus for sure. I mean, hot toy of Doctor Octopus would be amazing, especially with all the tentacles. I believe there probably is one of I believe Melina from Spider-Man 2. That one must be very impressive. This reminds me of that. It also reminds me of the Spider-Man from Avengers Infinity War when he had the first suit that Iron Man made for him like that in space. All right, we'll stop spinning it, and we're not going to bother measuring with the pincers. However, we'll give you a nice up and down on that. Let you really take it in. It looks amazing. I mean, I can't thank everyone at Zapp Comics enough. I love these Hot Toys figures. This one is amazing. I might end up putting it in the section of the Spider-Man DTOF if I can fit it in. I'll figure it out. I don't know where I'm going to put this one. This one is either going to go upstairs with all the other Hot Toys. I may try to squeeze it in with the Iron Man section. I doubt it though. I like to keep the Iron Man section, strictly Iron Man. Still trying to finish up the House Party Protocol. The House Party Protocol is from Iron Man 3, and that's every suit he had in his arsenal. As you can see, the House Party Protocol is very impressive. I mean, he really went to work on this. This was one of the highlights of Iron Man 3, and I'm still working on completing the Hot Toys 1/6 scale House Party Protocol. But that's for another time. Let's show you the up and down. We'll give you the frontal view of Iron Spider here.
definitely very nice, very photogenic, and very suitable addition to the collection. I can't wait to put it in the display case. Now I'll give you the view from behind with the pincers in. The pole doesn't really interfere too much. Good thing it's bendable. And the new clip there keeps them nice and steady. So it's all about what it looks like from the front. And this Hot Toys did a great job, as usual. Always does. The pincers are awesome. And we just wanted to take a look, give it another spin with the packaging behind it. Always a great job. I mean, I'm gonna put the box and the package in storage, and that'll be kept safe there. And I'll put the figure up in one of the shelves, and can't wait to put it in the shelf. I'll definitely go looking for any other additions coming soon. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for staying with us through this extra long video. We broke our own rules on this one. However, we'll try to keep it back to the minimum that we usually do, or the regular amount, so as not to upset the balance that we've tried to establish, and keep it a little briefer. But this one was worth it, and there was a lot of information. So we'd like to thank you for watching. We'd like to thank the Red Eye Jedi for contributing, and we'd also like to take a moment to thank all of you for subscribing. We're almost at 60 subs. Hit that notification bell, hit that like, share, comment, and subscribe. And make sure you hit the notification bell so that way you know anytime we go live, anytime we have a different video coming up, every time we post it, you'll know right away. So again, thanks for watching. Thanks for sticking through this whole thing. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. Be safe, everybody. Peace.